Lindsey Graham, big friend of Joe Biden. He's talked about it before. Biden has talked about it before. It was one of the reasons we thought bipartisanship was possible, right? Well, I'm straightening the definition of we there. But now he has something else he wants to happen to Biden, and that is impeachment. Why? Afghanistan, something. He says, I think it's dereliction of duty to leave hundreds of Americans behind enemy lines, turn them into hostages, to abandon thousands of Afghans who fought honorably along our side, to create conditions for another 9/11 that are now through the roof. This is Joe Biden being Joe Biden. He's been this way for 40 years, but now he's the commander in chief. He's not a senator, he's not the vice president. These are commander in chief decisions. So he supports impeaching Joe Biden over this. Now, notably, Francesca, he did not want to impeach Donald Trump when he initiated the withdrawal that would have resulted in many people still being left behind. And of course, he, like many right wingers, doesn't want tons of people being brought over from Afghanistan, but leaving them is enough to be impeached. Notably, he didn't want Trump to be impeached for what happened with the Kurds, like abandoning. What does it mean? When does it matter? Well, it really seems like it depends on who's the president at the time, but what do you think about this? Obviously, they're not in charge right now, but this is something that maybe could come after 2022.
Oh yeah, they will very much try to impeach this immoral president. Thank you, my paycheck is cleared. Weapons manufacturers, they refurnished my entire remodel. And I got a new downstairs bathroom. It's very nice. And that was the Lockheed. I call it the Lockheed bathroom because Lockheed Martin helped me redo that bathroom. But yeah, I was gonna say impeachment 7 months into this presidency, no matter what. So it just happened to be on this day. This is the point though. Like they're gonna try and impeach him over anything. And let me just say, when it comes to presidential BDE, there is nothing like leaving a failed war that has killed and maimed and displaced far too many and wasted way too much American taxpayer money and saying, guess what? We're gone, we're leaving. Yeah. I'm finally looking at reality, and yeah, it's time to focus on nation building in the United States of America. That takes leadership. That is what a commander in chief does. Knowing when to get the F out of a war. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to be led into battle if you're going to lose.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even give that much credit, like knowing when to get out, but like, because that was a long time ago. Like he could have been pushing Obama to, but
no, not 50, 20, the beginning.
Yes.
Anyway.
Being willing to at the very least. Now, of course, many are not gonna like that. Lindsey Graham hides it, not at all, whereas some of them hide it a little bit. Every single one of these Republicans and a lot of the Democrats are still gonna be happy to have hundreds and hundreds of bases, including in the region, and a never-ending air war and drone strikes and all that stuff. Because that's just straight money to Lockheed so he can expand his bathroom next time. Mm-hmm. So that is definitely the case. Like if you're watching this and you haven't been following American politics for a long time, or if you're from another country, you might say, wait, so do they just impeach the president all the time? Not really, historically, recently kind of. But Obama was never impeached. George W., for all the damage he did, was never impeached. But seriously, so the Democrats did impeach Donald Trump twice. And so you might say, if you have no ability to critically think whatsoever, well, they did it, now the Republicans get to. But I want you to think carefully about what it was that they impeached Trump for. Because there were a whole lot of things they could have, but what did they? Over trying to set up a scheme with a foreign power to defraud our election process, basically, with Ukraine, and then trying to overthrow the election after he lost it on January 6th. Those were very serious things. And so Lindsey Graham is just, some soldiers died. Well, okay, that is bad. I think that's terrible. And I'm fine with us being more critical of presidents that are in charge when things like this happen. But if he's mad about the 13 US soldiers that died in the last week, was Lindsey Graham not bothered by the more than 60 that died in Afghanistan while Trump was president? And the far more that died in other countries, in Iraq and Syria and other places around the world? When do these casualties actually matter? Could you pretend that it's anything other than a purely partisan thing? He's not even bothering to pretend that. And so I have no doubt that they will impeach on anything. Lindsey Graham will at least try to pretend that it's a policy thing. People like Marjorie Greene won't even do that. But if they get in charge, sure, they probably will try to impeach. Maybe they'll be successful. I don't know.
They're gonna impeach him over the Delta variant. I'm serious. Like they his approval ratings have gone down. Joe Biden's has, maybe in large part because this whole vaccine rollout wasn't the silver bullet that we needed to stop the spread, and there wasn't really another plan beyond, vaccinate and sort of cross your fingers. Well, now Americans aren't and refusing to get vaccinated, of course. So now what? But they're still gonna make the spread of the virus about Joe Biden. Mark my words, he will be impeached. But they're gonna be like, we're on track to hit like something like 100,000 more dead by December 1st. Supposedly 100,000 more dead by December 1st. Insanity. They're gonna be like, 730,000 people dead. That's all on Biden, all of it, right? And it's just gonna be this sort of ping ponging of like bodies of like, it's disgusting, but they'll do it. They'll do it, even though they're encouraging people not to wear masks or to get vaccinated.
I know that weird inconsistency about caring about it and at the exact same time not caring about it is very weird, and that is going to come up quite a bit as we continue on our coverage.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.